Hi everybody. So I'm sitting in the nursery. You can see that I've changed the walls a little bit for the new baby. And I thought I'd pop on here to help moms, to share with moms what I do at about 30 weeks pregnant to help prepare myself and my body for delivery day. So aside from like the hospital bag and what I bring for myself and for the baby to the actual hospital, these are things that I kind of do aside from that. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was Evening Primrose Oil, EPO oil, and that's actually been known to help your cervix thin and dilate out. I didn't start using it with Bodhi that early in my pregnancy. So with him, I think I started about maybe 38 weeks, and I had him at 40 weeks. And then with Roxy, I felt a little bit more confident because I was pregnant for the second time, and I decided to start taking it at 36 weeks pregnant, and then she was here 2 weeks later. So I definitely think that I was a contributor to my short labor with her and me having her a little bit earlier, although she still was like a good size, so I think they come when they come. But and you definitely want to talk to your doctor or midwife about it and like the safety of it and make sure like your body's healthy enough to take it. Or in good health to take it. But for me, it really helped me. So at 36 weeks, I start taking about 2,000 milligrams a day, every day of Evening Primrose Oil. The second thing that I wanted to talk about at 30 weeks pregnant, you're obviously in your third trimester, is your fish oils and your DHA. So that has also been associated with breast milk production, and then the nervous system development of the baby. So super important for a baby's brain development and their nervous system. Of course, every day in pregnancy is really, really important, but that's when the brain cells in the baby consolidate to a further extent. So it's really important for that. And then also if you plan on breastfeeding, for your breast milk to come in and to start producing, and you'll notice also, obviously your breasts are getting ready for that. So the third thing that I want to talk about was your hospital bag. So I'm not going to get into detail about that because I'm actually going to do another video and show you exactly what I bring and the brands of pads and all the little details that you may be interested in. But for your hospital bag, start collecting your items. So start collecting your pads, start collecting the baby's diapers, the baby's clothes, identifying where things are, if it's your second or third baby, pulling things out of the closets, and getting that ready so that, let's say you did have your baby a couple weeks earlier, maybe 5 weeks early, premature baby, you have those at your fingertips. The fourth thing I want to talk about was red raspberry leaf tea. I actually have a box that I'm currently using, but that's also been known to help tone and tighten the muscles in your pelvis, and it can make your delivery easier. So for me, I definitely notice that when I drink it, I feel more kind of like a Braxton Hicks contraction. So you definitely want to be careful with how much you're drinking, and monitor. If it doesn't feel safe to you, if it doesn't feel comfortable for you, don't drink anymore. But for me, I probably start it at like 32 weeks, so I'll start this like next week, and I'll drink like about a cup a day, and then even 2 cups a day, or make like myself a big jug and then kind of drink it throughout the day. And that's also been known to help your uterus contract, help baby descend, and shorten your labor. So another thing that I do in the last like 10 weeks, getting closer to delivery day, is I really start to prepare mentally for when the baby's going to come. And in reading birth stories, I have a really good book by May Gaskin. She's a famous midwife. I highly recommend that book, no matter what type of birth you plan on having. It's just really educational. But my favorite thing is definitely these positive affirmation cards. So with my first birth, I had no idea what to expect. Super nervous, still nervous the third time around, but I basically printed them off and laminated them, the teacher and me. But I'll just give you an example of some of the affirmations because I find them really, really helpful. And then keeping them on your nightstand or memorizing some and then going through them while you're driving. Just to get that positive self-talk into your brain for when you do go into labor. Because when you go into labor, it comes and there's no turning back. So my body is relaxed. I feel the strong waves of labor and know that everything is normal and progressing. I follow my instincts and give birth the way I desire. Each surge brings my baby closer to me. I soften, I open, I release. I birth with ease. Keep breathing slow and even. Inhale, peace. Exhale, tension. My body will give birth on its own time. I am excited to give birth to my baby. My baby is happy and healthy. So these are that was about probably, I don't know, 8. And there's about 30 that I have laminated, and I actually print those out and laminate them, and then I have them as part of my hospital bag. So when it comes to movement and sleep, in the 3rd trimester, I really start to focus less on what my brain wants and really listen to my body. I'm really hard on myself in terms of getting to the gym and making sure I exercise because I know how good it makes me feel. But at the same time, I know that I'm growing a baby and you're a mother and the baby comes first sometimes. So that's kind of just how my mentality shifts. So for movement, I listen to my body. So generally speaking, I work out 4 times a week. In the 3rd trimester, I probably only work out 2 or 3 times a week. And I mean, that's not including like the long walks that I go on with my dog or like getting outside with the kids. That's like literally going to the gym and lifting weight. And then also another big thing aside from movement is your sleep. So sleep is something that I believe can be banked. I think that the better well-rested you are for when the baby gets here, the more successful you're going to be. So having grandparents come over, if you have kids already, and making sure you get that sleep in, or having your husband wake up with the kids early, or taking them out to the park so that you can get a nap in. And Ryan has been like, oh my gosh, super amazing this pregnancy for me. I literally sleep in every single morning. Not like sleep in like till 10 a.m. I mean like sleep until 7:38. He gets up at 6:37 with the kids for the first hour and a half, takes them out to the park. So it's not noisy in the house, and I really get that good quality sleep, and then naps throughout the day if I need it. So yeah, so don't underestimate those pillars of health, of which would be movement and then sleep. So a couple more things. So another big thing that I think about is meals. So I want to eat healthy in those first weeks postpartum, or all the time, but it's harder to, have healthy meals when you just had a baby. So preparing them, so you can prepare them. So whether that's lasagnas or cookies, protein balls, easily accessible snacks. And then I definitely plan on going to Costco and getting a couple favorites there, like the shepherd's pie, the stuffed peppers, and like just bulk foods there so that I don't really have to think. You can't really think properly in the first month either, or at least I think. You're just kind of like numb and like so in love and so tired that you're kind of just on autopilot. So making sure that you have some type of food prepared or at least thought of definitely helps. And then the last thing I want to talk about is newborn photos. So some people love them, some people don't. That's totally up to you. I've done them with both my kids, so I definitely want to do it again for this baby. So I've secured a newborn photographer because generally speaking, they book like months and months in advance. So I booked a newborn photo, just like a mini session for him or her. It includes like 5 photos. It's like a 20-minute session, super short, super sweet, nothing long. It's in Milton, it's local to me, so I don't have to drive far for the baby. And then I also have a good friend who's a lifestyle photographer, and she's going to come to the house probably in that same week and come capture everybody together. So the dog, Bodhi, Roxy, and everybody to kind of capture that special time in our life. I like to do that about every 6 months with our family, just to capture the kids' ages and document how our family is growing and changing and evolving. So yeah, so I hope that helps. I know it's not really like baby specific, it's more about you and mom, and but I'm definitely going to do a video in the next couple weeks and show you exactly what I've packed for baby and for me for the hospital. Thanks guys.